The first side of the triangle is integrity. This is the moral citizen. The moral citizen is not perfect, but principled. They live the change before demanding it. They lead by example, not by slogan. As Paalala ni Lolo says, be the mirror you want your leaders to look into. When you become that person, honest, fair, dependable, you force others to level up. Integrity is contagious. In a corrupt culture, integrity feels like rebellion. But that's exactly why it's powerful. A moral citizen is someone who refuses shortcuts. They pay taxes. They keep promises. They do right when it's hard. They build inner strength, because moral weakness is the seedbed of corruption. To rebuild a nation, we must first rebuild our inner compass. Without that, any reform is cosmetic. So the first call of the Unwaiting is this: be the anchor, be the example.
Eve is standard. Before we demand clean government, we must first clean our own habits. We must be the change before we demand the change. The second side of the triangle is intelligence.
This is the strategic reformer. The reformer doesn't just get angry.
They get organized. They understand budgets, systems, and laws. They read data, not just headlines. Strategy is what turns emotion into execution. Many movements fail, not because they're wrong, but because they're random. The reformer brings direction. They analyze the system, the budget, the process, the loopholes, and design smarter solutions. They transform moral outrage into policy reform. For example, instead of just complaining about road conditions, a strategic reformer studies the public works budget, identifies the missing accountability, and then mobilizes citizens to file a transparency petition. That's intelligence in action. As the art of smart tactics says, emotion without strategy burns bright but fades fast. Intelligence makes reform sustainable. It connects passion to progress. It keeps us from becoming just a loud echo chamber and turns us into a quiet, unstoppable force. The third side is intensity. This is the resilient activist. Courage without wisdom can be chaos, but courage guided by moral clarity and strategy becomes transformation. The activist is the heart, the energy that moves ideas into action. They organize, mobilize, and sustain public pressure. They remind the system that citizens are watching. But true activism is not fueled by anger. It's powered by love of country. It's firm but peaceful, bold but disciplined. The resilient activist practices nonviolent pressure, petitions, audits, forums, fact-based protests. Their goal is not destruction, but accountability. As the self-rescue playbook says, resilience is not stubbornness. It's grace under fire. Every time the activist is ignored or criticized, they rise again. Because they know, change is not instant. It's round by round, step by step. When citizens, reformers, and activists unite, that's when a nation moves from noise to momentum.